17th of September, Rabbi Moore, Parsha Hashava with Rashi. Hello, Meir, he's coming.
Okay, very good, Lou. Thank you.
All right.
Hello, Rabbi Moore.
Hello, I'm sorry about why I'm so late. Again, I had a problem with my microphone, so I had to turn my computer off and restart. And okay, let's go. We missed you yesterday, Lou.
I was getting a lamb. I sent you an email. You didn't see it?
See, I didn't realize it was for the sake of the lamb.
I was on the lamb yesterday.
Okay. Yeah, let's go. How much did you say lamb cost? 3,000 shekel?
This one costs 4,000 shekels with all of the fees.
Wow.
Price has gone up. It used to be more closer to 3,000.
Anyway. And how much, just out of curiosity, how much meat comes from it? How many, what weights?
I haven't weighed the meat. You know, they weigh the lamb before they start. The lamb was, I think, 85 kilo, but
obviously the bones. I'm curious to know how much weight.
Half goes away, and all the guts go away, and so on and so forth. So, I haven't weighed the meat. Maybe I should weigh it just for curiosity.
Right, I'd be curious to know because they have a husband. Okay, let's go.
It's not cheaper than buying it in the store.
I didn't think it was.
Yeah,
but it's
because when they checked animals for sale, they do it like in an assembly line where they have the animals coming through, one after another. Whereas when they go and they grab one animal and they bring it in, and they work on that one animal, and then that's it. There's not an assembly line, so it's got to be more money.
Okay, let's go to we got up to Sheni actually. Pasuk Yud Beis. Now there's a lot of Rashi on that, but let's I was wondering, we are Tuesday today. Okay. I was wondering maybe we should skip. You know what? I think you know what I'm gonna do? I'm getting a little bit adventurous. We're going to skip to Ravi.
Oh. Okay.
Right. Let's go to Via. Chapter 27, Pasuk 1.
7.
Okay, you got it? Vayetzav Moshe b'ziknei Yisrael.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. By the way, this Moshe Rabbeinu started a monologue all the way at the beginning of Sefer Dvarim, and this monologue continues. And this is the first, shall we say, narrative interlude which since the beginning of Sefer Dvarim. Okay, let's say we go from Pasuk 20, chapter 27, Pasuk Aleph. Lou, please read.
Vayetzav Moshe v'ziknei Yisrael es ha'am lemor shamor es kol ha-mitzvah asher anochi mitzaveh eschem hayom. So Moses and the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, guard the entire commandment that I command you this day.
Right.
So Rashi says, Shamur es kol hamitzvah lashon hoveh. It's a present tense.
Right. Gardon. Gardont.
Gardont in Old French.
That means guarding. You say it's like a present participle. And what it means is, I guess the best way of I think that's how I translate it. Be guarding all the mitzvah, or be keeping, observing, or keeping all the mitzvah that I am commanding you today. Okay, by the way, Rashi doesn't comment. I'm surprised. Rashi doesn't comment, what does kol ha-mitzvah mean?
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah.
So let me refer you back. That's it. Being a Parshas Akev. Being a Parshas Akev. Not mamish the beginning. Beginning of chapter Ches.
Chapter Hess. All the way back there. Wow.
Chapter 8. Right,
Okay. Yes. 8. Okay.
All the commandment that I command you today, you shall observe and perform, so that you may live and increase and come to take possession of the land that Hashem swore to your fathers.
So l'chayra, this pasuk seems a repeat of that.
Right, but it's different. It's different form. Kol hamitzvah, and here we have vayatav.
Yeah, I know, I understand. Yeah, but the lemor, after the word lemor, I mean, it's basically the same thing. Here it says, in our pasuk, shomer is kol mitzvah she'onechi tzaves chamayoim, and there it says, kol mitzvah she'onechi tzav chayom tishmur lasos.
Right.
Okay, which is basically tantamount to the same thing. One is actually here's a lashon yochid, it's a singular, and there it's a plural. Well, actually, it changes. It's very interesting. Kol mitzvah ashanechi mitzvah cho, singular, hayoin, tishmarun, plural, la'asois. And Rashi doesn't say anything over there. But Rashi says Kol mitzvah kipshutai, meaning as the straightforward meaning implies. And what is that? What is the straightforward meaning? L'chayre, I think elsewhere Rashi says, you also find it, this terminology of ha-mitzvah in Parshas Nitzavim. Ki ha-mitzvah hazois. Rashi doesn't comment over there, but the Rashi also learns it's referring to the entire Torah. Let me check over there in Parshas Akev. Hold on 1 second. Just 1 second. Yeah, the singular form here is a generic term for all the commandments. That is how Rashi, that's how I explained it there in the Parsha. But here, it's not clear. No, Rashi doesn't mention anything. Okay, here, Rashi says, Rashi does continue over here. Okay, so according to this explanation, ha-mitzvah is a singular term referring to all the mitzvahs, all the embodiment of the mitzvahs, of the commandments. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, let's continue. Midrash Agada.
Oh, we're back here. Okay. The Agadic Midrash interpretation, im hischalta the mitzvah, if you have begun to fulfill a commandment, gemor osa, complete it. She'ena nikres ella al shem hagomra. For it is called by the name of none but the one who completes it. Shne'emar, as it says, V'es atzmos Yosef, and the bones of Yosef, Asher Halu V'nei Yisrael Mitzrayim, which the children of Israel brought up from Egypt. Kavru Bishchem. They buried in Shechem. V'halo Moshe levado nis asek bahem leha'alosam. But is it not that Moshe himself alone was involved in the bringing of the bones? Ella lefi shelo his peak legamra, but because he did not manage to complete the deed, ugemaruha Yisrael, and Israel completed it. Nikras al Shemam. It's called by their name, i.e., it's attributed to them.
Correct. I wanted to say a point over here.
It seems to contradict something I learned, that if you try your best to do a mitzvah, you start it, but you don't complete it, you get credit as if you completed it.
Okay, you're asking a very good question. And this question I heard on a tape this year. And the answer was, and this was a big chiddush actually, Yamaisa, who was responsible that Moshe Rabbeinu couldn't complete the mitzvah?
Hashem.
No, Moshe Rabbeinu himself.
It was himself, yeah.
Because he did not act properly. I'm not saying he sinned. Because he didn't act properly and he hit the rock instead of speaking to it, therefore he was deprived of going into Eretz Yisrael. Had Moshe Rabbeinu himself gone into Eretz Yisrael, he could have completed the task himself. But because he himself, through his improper conduct, let's call it, because of his improper conduct, he did not merit to go into Eretz Yisrael. Therefore, it was technically his fault that he couldn't complete the mitzvah.
I see.
But Eino Hanami is somebody who is actually prevented, not due to circumstances beyond his control. He's prevented from fulfilling a mitzvah, you're right, he gets the schar as if he had finished the mitzvah. Okay? Yeah. So but on my side, I don't have an answer over here why this mitzvah, it's almost exactly the same mitzvah, is repeated over here. By the way, I just want to point this upon one thing. Kol ha-mitzvah, according to this interpretation, means the entire mitzvah. So according to the first explanation, all the mitzvahs, all the commandments, right? All the embodiment of the commandments, which I am commanding you today. So the kol is going on the mitzvahs, right? And it means all the mitzvahs together. But according to this Midrashic explanation, kol mitzvah, do the entire mitzvah. Meaning, whenever you have any particular mitzvah, make sure to do the entire mitzvah, not just part of it. That's what the Torah is telling you. Kol mitzvah asher tishmon ases. Make sure to keep the entire mitzvah. And similar over in our pasuk as well. Shomer es kol mitzvah. God be guarding the entire mitzvah, which I am commanding you today. Why it's repeated here, that still remains an enigma. I don't know. Okay, let's go on to pasuk base. Let's go back to Savo.
Okay. Let's see. It says, V'haya bayom asher ta'avru et hayardain el haaretz asher Hashem Elokecha notein lach v'hakemota lecha avanim gedolot v'sadita otam bashir.
No,
Okay.
Basid.
Oh, basid. Oh, that's lime, isn't it?
Right, with lime wash.
Yeah. Okay, so on that, it'll be on that day when you will cross the Jordan to the land that Hashem, your God, gives to you. You will erect for yourself stones. I guess for yourself. Okay. Visadita. Oh, that's from seed, I guess. You'll coat it, I guess, paint it with this seed, this lime.
With lime wash. Well, it's like
Okay, very good. Okay, so Rashi. Okay, Hakimota lecha, and you'll erect these for yourself. Okay, B'Yardain in the Jordan, B'Yarchakach, and after Totziu misham acharot. You will take from there others. V'tivno mehem mizbeach. Oh, and you'll build a mizbeach from them. Behar Eval. Oh, at Mount Eval. Okay. Nimseita ata omer. You are found saying. Okay. Shlosha minei avanim hayu. There are 3 types of stones. Shtem esrei b'Yardain, 12 in the Jordan. Ukenegdan b'Gilgal. And that is Kenegdan, and Neged is not similar. Kenegdan. like those at Gilgal?
Sorry?
I'm a little stuck here. Ukenegdan.
Meaning corresponding to them.
Oh, corresponding to them at Gilgal.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. They also set up.
Uh-huh. Okay. Ukenegdan Bahar Eval, and corresponding then at Mount Eval. Kedita b'masechet Sota, as said in Sota. Gemara. Oh, that's the end. Okay.
So the Maisa, they set up 24 stones. Okay, 12 were set up in the Jordan, and then another 24 at Gilgal. Another 12, sorry, at Gilgal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's go on. Now there's a lot of psukim here, which we should read through, and there's only a short Rashi on Pasuk Ches. Okay?
So want me to start with 3 or start with 8?
Sorry?
Want me to start reading with 3 and go all the way up to 8?
Yes, please.
Okay. V'chasavta aleihem es kol divrei haTorah hazos be'avrecha l'man asher tavo el haaretz asher Hashem Elokecha nosein lecha eretz zavas chalav udavash kasher diber Hashem Elokei avosecha lach. Okay, so you shall inscribe on them all the words of this Torah when you cross over, in order that you enter the land that Hashem your God gives to you, a land flowing with milk and honey, that Hashem your God, Hashem, the God of your fathers, promised, spoke to you.
Right. It's interesting. First it says Hashem Elokecha, the land which Hashem your God is giving to you, a land flowing with milk and honey, just as Hashem, the God of your fathers, spoke. Now, loch here does not mean to you. It means regarding you.
Mm-hmm.
Rashi mentions this in a number of places where you have dibor with just a lamed, where it means speaking to. It would say diber elecha. He spoke to you with an aleph as well. Elecha.
Elecha.
It means regarding you. It means he spoke to your Akash Baruch Hu spoke to the forefathers, to our forefathers, means he promised the land to our forefathers that he would give it to us. To you, in other words, Lach means to you, meaning the Jewish people. Here, by the way,
it says about you.
Right, regarding you.
Right. Okay. V'haya be'avrechem es hayarden takimu es ha'avanim ha'ele asher anochi mitzaveh eschem hayom bahar eval v'sadta osam basich. Okay, so it shall be when you cross the Jordan, you shall erect these stones that I command you today on Mount Ebal, and you shall coat them with lime.
Right. Okay, so this is what Rashi said. Rashi says connect them Gilgal. The Gemara says that actually they took them up to Har Ebal and they brought them back down to Gilgal. Okay?
Uvanisa sham mizbeach lashem elokecha mizbach avanim lo sanif alehem barzel. And there you shall build an altar for Hashem, your God, an altar of stones. You shall not raise upon them iron.
It means you should not use any metal tool to build this Mizbeach. In fact, the Rashi mentions elsewhere that they had a special worm, shamir worm, which was able to cut through stone.
Right.
It ate its way through stone. It's a special worm, and they did not need, because they had this worm, they did not use metal. Not allowed to use any metal object to make the mizbeach, to cut down the stones. Okay.
They had a mechanism for controlling how the worm cut.
I don't know how they did that. I don't know. I don't know how big this worm was either.
Right, and how fast it ate.
Right. Okay.
These stones were very big.
Right.
Avanim shelemos tivneh es mizbeach Hashem mizbach Hashem Elokecha v'ha'alisa alav olos Lashem Elokecha. Whole stones you shall build, of whole stones you shall build the altar of Hashem your God, and you shall bring upon it an offering to Hashem your God, an Ola offering.
Olos is a plural.
Olos.
Even though it's written without a vav, it's olos. It's burnt offerings to Hashem your God.
Burnt offerings to Hashem.
Now, by the way, this was not referring to the altar which was in the Beis Hamikdash. This is an altar which was built in Gilgal. Lemaisa, they did set up the Mishkan there, but ostensibly they were allowed to have, as long as they didn't have a permanent, the Mishkan didn't reach the permanent place of residence, let's call it, or a permanent place, they were allowed to have what's called bomos, outside altars. In other words, they could have other altars besides the altar of the Mishkan.